just got out of the shower, I just got dressed, and I just got a text that said, "Hey, can Jock come over and play with Pollyanna today?" And I said, "Yeah, I guess so." Breck's also going to come over, so you'll get to see him later at the end of the day, Ja. He and I are going to go vlog in Bakersfield, I'm guessing, today. There's a couple of things I've wanted to see, so we might make 2 vlogs today. But I'm going to drop you off now. How's that sound, buddy? You want to go see Pollyanna? Okay, let's do it. Daze with Jordan the Lion begins now. Ready to see Pollyanna? Oh, he's excited. Do you see Pollyanna? She wasn't home, so we had to track her down, huh? There she is.
Ja Binks.
All right, well, Breck's here, Ja's off playing, and we're headed to Bakersfield today. Now, we're actually hoping to get to do 2 vlogs. One, obviously, you won't see today. You'll probably see it tomorrow. But what you're gonna see today is we're gonna go to what was once Buck Owens' recording studio. Well, we're starting to get a little bit of rain on our way. It's so bad out, we almost can't see to drive. And now everything's all cool again. Alright, well, we're coming into Bakersfield. We've seen a lot of train tracks since we've been here. This was a pretty heavy intersection for transport at one time. Heck, I guess even now it is still. That might be one of the worst billboards for a cemetery I've ever seen. It says, "Oscar lost his brother, but he found a friend. A friend of the family" is the slogan for this cemetery. Good grief. Green Lawn, what are you thinking? Breck, do you think that his new friends at Green Lawn are going to be calling him for the next couple of weeks wanting to hang out or anything, or?
Yeah, I don't know, that's just really tacky.
Another big industry here, oil refineries. Well, we made it to our location for today, and this is it. You're probably looking at this and you're probably going, "What the heck, Jordan?" This used to be the River Theater, but out here in Bakersfield, what it became really well known for was in the 1960s, Buck Owens, legendary Bakersfield country guitar player and singer, purchased this building and turned this into his recording studio. Many of his most well-known recordings were made here. In fact, the hit song Streets of Bakersfield was written and recorded here. He also had the song Act Naturally that kind of exposed him to a lot of the mainstream by the Beatles. The Beatles ended up covering it. He also recorded that here. Now, not only did Buck Owens record here from the 1960s all the way up until, well, when he quit using it in 1992, but Johnny Cash also used this. This was also used by Willie Nelson. How crazy is that? What a historic building. Now, it did have a life after Buck Owens, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. So in 1992, when they quit using this, a local man named Rick Davis took it over. Now, Rick Davis has got an interesting story too, because he owned a music store in town and had a son named Jonathan Davis, and his son Jonathan would experiment with a lot of his early electronic keyboards that Rick would sell in his store, and his son Jonathan would go on to become the lead singer of the band Korn. Now, in 1992, Rick took over this place. He basically, as I understand it, took over a rental agreement with Buck's son, and or Buck Owens, because it's still, this building is still in the family. Buck's son still owns the building. Rick took this building over for 15 years. Now, when he took it over, it had all of Buck's recording equipment in it, which was all analog. So when Rick took this building over, he had local Bakersfield bands recording here. And as most of us know that have, you know, lived over the last 20, 30 years, with technology, musicians have kind of lost a little bit of their talent. So with that being the case, Rick eventually, during the mid-90s and late 90s, had to start replacing or adding on digital equipment here. And so from basically 1992 until 2008, Rick Davis was running a recording studio here. And there was another guy that came in and was kind of helping to share the space as well, but it's kind of cool to know that for all that time it was still a recording studio. Now, as I understand it, at the time of closing, they still had a ton of Buck's memorabilia inside, a lot of things all over the walls, because it was open to the public at one point as not really a museum, but you could come and see inside. I don't know what the deal was, but they did have it open for a while. And not a whole lot of really well-known albums outside of Buck Owens owning this were recorded here. It was mostly kind of like local Bakersfield bands, but Korn did become a pretty big band in the late 90s, and they recorded their very first album here. So the building is pretty massive, and it would have had to have been because during Buck's career with the Buckaroos, he had a ton of musicians, and he had a ton of those people he had in the band because they were also pretty good songwriters, and they would write some of the songs that he would go on to record. Breck and I were just noticing, you know, this was started originally as the River Theater. This is marble. This is marble all over these walls. I mean, it's nice. And to think that anytime you drove through here in the 60s and 70s and 80s, Johnny Cash, Buck Owens, Willie Nelson, the biggest names in, Dwight Yoakam even, I believe, the biggest names in country music would be recording here. And this is the original front. This is the original entryway from when it was the River Theater. So you can tell they've done some work. Now, like I said, I do know that that as far as I could tell online, Buck Owens' son still owns this property, so it's just not in use right now, I guess. And there you can tell either it's falling off or people are helping it to fall off. That marble. Wow, check out those doorways. Plus you gotta think, 60s, 70s, 80s, that's a lot of smokers. There's probably a lot of people coming and going from that doorway, standing right out here on this corner, smoking cigarettes, talking about what they were working on, what they were recording right now. And of course, if you know anything about Bakersfield, not only was Buck Owens one of the favorite sons of Bakersfield, but so was Merle Haggard. Merle Haggard used to record a lot here. Here's the back of the property. Pretty cool. Glad we got to see this. Always been a Buck Owens fan since I first heard him. And from Hee Haw, of course. And I was actually able to find an old photo right about here, and you can see where it would have said Buck Owens recording right up here on the marquee, and then going across this it said Buck Owens Enterprises and OMAC Artists right there. Yeah, take a look at that. How about that? Like Breck was just saying, you can still see the two air vents right there in the picture. Well, we thought, since we were talking about Buck Owens, we should go visit a favorite spot of mine. Now, Billboard says that Price is Right's going to be live at the Eagle Mountain Casino May 11th. Get out there. There's Buck Owens Boulevard. Now, I came out and vlogged Buck Owens Crystal Palace before, but it was so awesome there's no reason not to come and enjoy it again, and Breck's never been here, so we're doing it. Alright, right, I love this place. Breck, you're about to experience one of my favorite places in the entire world of vlogging. Out of all the vlogs I've done, this is one of my favorite places. Hope you enjoy it.
I've heard you say that, so I better live up to it.
Can you tell why I love this place yet? Oh yeah, oh yeah. There he is. Yeah. This place is great. Johnny Cash. Of course, gotta say hi to Willie. They actually have a show tonight, so we're gonna eat at the bar. There's the American. It said that if the Owens family loves someone who performs here, they always give them an American as a gift. It's crazy. I was just watching an interview the other day of Buck standing right in front of that car.
Or when he was in movies.
There's the stage. So cool. The car. We're gonna eat facing the car that he won off of Elvis. And actually the interview I saw, he was sitting right here.
Ain't had no misery since you been gone.
There was a guy playing a guitar and they were sitting right there.
Nice to see you, Ray.
Good to see you too, bud.
We're always proud to have you here at the Crystal Palace, you and your band.
I love this place. I was just telling Breck, you know, it's kind of cool for me because I've been here and everything, and Breck's seen most of my vlogs, so he knows what I'm talking about.
Breck's seen all your vlogs.
Yeah, he's seen them all. So when I pointed to the interior, I said, "Look at that, man! Nudie made all that. This was Nudie's car at one point." Elvis gave these to he and Nudie, and Buck won this in a card game. Isn't that great? Look at that. If you haven't seen my vlog of this place before, the whole walkway all the way around is a museum of Buck's memorabilia. Well, we both got the country fried steak sandwich. They're amazing. And we had a really interesting moment, Breck and I. A viewer of this show named Randy came up to me and said, "Jordan, when I first started watching YouTube, I didn't know what YouTube was all about, and I made a comment and said that you put too much jaw in there and you blocked me, and I just wanted to come and meet you in person and tell you that I was so sorry because I love John now." And he was a real stand-up guy. I'm really glad. He actually saw Breck and I live streaming from here a little bit ago.
Yeah, came here from his house.
Yeah, and that's kind of why I did it. I said, well, you know what, we'll go live, and I know some people watch me out here, so he came and met us from here, and that was a really cool experience to get to meet a guy who watches the channel, and I unblocked him, so now he can comment again.
I hope he sends us the pictures.
Yeah, and we took some pictures out front, so I'm really glad now that we stopped here. There you can see right up there on the convertible part of the car, Elvis Presley signature for Nudie. All right, our food was great and we're out of here. And I had to stop by the Hee Haw section. I love this part. I kind of love that Buck was part of Hee Haw. Oh man, that is one honey of a Nudie suit, isn't it? 1970s Nudie suit with over 10,000 hand-sewn rhinestones. That's what you call baller. I've shown all this before, so if you want to see more, go watch my Buck Owens Crystal Palace vlog, and we'll say goodbye to Elvis right here. Great meal, King. Thank you. Thank you very much. well, I grabbed a few postcards on the way out, and well, I'd say it was another successful trip to the Crystal Palace. How'd you feel about it, Breck?
That was amazing. It was a great place. Just so much history in there.
Well, good evening, my friends. We just picked up Jaw. He's back home. Breck took off, and I'm tired. I'm going to call it a day. We actually filmed 2 vlogs today, and you'll see the other one tomorrow. Want to thank Holly Hawkins and Diego Valencia for becoming my newest Patreons, and thank you to Randy, who saw Breck and I live streaming from Buck Owens Crystal Palace, drove out and met us and introduced himself and everything. That was so cool. It was very nice to meet you, my friend. Everyone else, have a great night. We'll see you all tomorrow. Goodbye.